Alrighty, tidy folks. This is just a little short about kind of the end result of the 4Runner. This video has been sitting in the bin for weeks, and I figured I'd just clip them together. Say screw it, I'm not going to do anything fancy with it. So here's us talking about it a little bit, and have fun.
So, a wise man once said, by wise man I mean me, and once said I mean has been saying hundreds of times a year perhaps since like 2006, that if you're working on something and you ain't got parts left over when you're done, you've done it wrong. That's all the stuff we replaced on the 4Runner. And I tell you what, he's quite happy with it now.
Yep. Seatbelt, safety first. Safety fourth.
Whoa.
So, we're here in the 4Runner. I'm a passenger. Mr. Owner Man is the driver after doing all the stuff. He's the one that's been driving it bad this whole time. So, after replacing all these parts, we're going to find out if he likes it.
Dude, the steering is fucking, like, tight, bro.
Yeah, a lot better?
Like, it doesn't veer off on its own because everything's tight.
So, we still got to do, well, you still have to do the alignment. Because I set I set the lower arms at 0, just straight 0. Mostly because that's what the book said to do if you're replacing everything. But also because it's all brand new parts, we have no idea if half a millimeter one way or the other. So we're gonna have to, gotta do the alignment anyway.
Yeah, it's gonna make a difference, huh?
But like, all brand new shocks, all brand new front suspension, all brand new steering. Like, everything's kind of brand new.
I don't think those back brakes were working at all.
Oh, they weren't?
Yeah, like it just feels like a whole different car now when I try to stop.
They weren't touching the fucking drums at all when I pulled them off. I adjusted them 12 ticks out. Normally when you adjust brakes it's 3 or 4.
Wow.
So yeah, they were not at all. So after doing, I think it came out to like 17 hours for the work, and then I cut it back to like 13 or something because I was in there anyway doing stuff. So but after doing what amounted to 2 weeks worth of work on this damn truck, first question is you happy with it?
Very happy with it.
Second question is it worth the cost?
It is worth the cost.
I am gonna go through and get prices from like Sierra Toyota and like Midas and a couple of shops, and we'll compare them and see how much, if you'd taken it to just like a shop, how much they would have charged you to do the same jobs.
Right.
Because I'm really curious. But so I never really got the footage. We just haven't had time to sit down and do it, and because I wanted to do, I wanted to write a script and I wanted to make a funny and do a skit and blah 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 blah. I've just been doing so many things down here, trying to help my mom out and trying to fix vehicles and diagnose things and working on everything. And then by the time I get home, I'm pooped, I'm drained. Arizona drains me a lot more than other places I have ever lived. So I figured I'd just talk about the quotes that I did. I did go around to Sierra Toyota and Midas. I went to Arizona Radiator, which is a place down here, and they refused to even give me a quote. I asked them, I was like, hey, can you give me a quote for this? It's like customer supplied parts, so I just need labor. And like, oh, well, we won't even talk to people if they say customer supplied parts. You're in automotive. I don't know how they're still in business, honestly. Old people, that's how. Suffice it to say, went to Sierra Toyota because it's a Toyota 4Runner, right? So I figured, okay, well, let's see what the factory, oh, not the factory, let's see what the dealership has to say. Funnily enough, so I was able to get 2 quotes. Nobody else would even talk to me, which doesn't make any freaking sense to me. When we were working on cars full time, it's people come in and, hey, can I get a quote for this? Absolutely. And I guarantee you we're cheaper than everybody else in town. But, whatever. So went to Sierra Toyota and got a quote from them and Midas. And they were both about the same. Honestly, Sierra Toyota was a little bit cheaper. Midas came out to $27 and change, $2,800. And the dealership came out to around $25 and something, so $2,600. So $200 cheaper. I think that was just a side effect of the guy at the dealership went through all the labor bits and made sure that there was nothing overlapping in there. And at Midas, we just kind of slapped stuff on there, and we're like, we just kind of want to get a rough idea. So my buddy's a service writer at Midas, so we didn't really pay that close attention to it. We just wanted to get the stuff in there. We did remove some things that were overlapping, that the book was like, oh yeah, you got to do this and this and this. Well, we're already in there anyway, so we'll not do those. But some of the stuff that was overlapping, you couldn't really remove from the labor. You would have had to do it manually, so they would have been about the same, $2,600. I ended up charging him $13 something, and it's not really the way we worked it out. But there's an invoice. We did it, because he's got to put something on the paperwork for the business, right? So we did an invoice for what I charged him in labor at $65 an hour, which is still infinitely cheaper. It's about 50% of what everyone else today is charging. I'm like, I get it, stuff's more expensive, but I don't know. So anyway, I just figured I'd give you guys just the info so that you know kind of where we sit and everything. And that's all there is to it. 4Runner is done. I've been doing some other stuff that's not been recorded because of hard drive space constraints. My 20 terabytes is starting to get full. And I really need to start working on that. But a few things that there's no way to reasonably film it with the equipment that I have and the setup that I have, so we've just done it this way. If you've liked any part of this, as always, don't forget to like it, subscribe it, crank it, and rip it. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.